And they are off. Let's see who gets this. It is Team Cookie with it to start. Dollar Ranger currently with the disc. Moving in to the zone. Gets a good stun there. Moving in up onto the ceiling. Dollar still just taking his time. Just going to walk this one in. Not even, not send any passes off. Just walk it in. 1-on-4. And go for the goal. So I'm not sure when my of course something always has to fail when I do one of these broadcasts when I'm the one actually doing the streaming, and so it looks like it might be the communication between my tablet and my computer. We will find out momentarily. But now Grief with the disc, Galaxy on offense. Grief passing up to Cyanide. Cyanide going for a back pass that I've lost track of. Cyanide recollecting his own back pass, sending it off to Grief. Grief up to Death Creeps. Death Creeps. Chucky Joseph on the floor. And they're going to take their time, hold the disc, look for an option. A fortunate bounce that goes into the hand of Grief. Grief looking for that back pass to Death Creeps. Death Creeps getting stunned out and not taken by Dollar. But then off of somebody, then slap back out now. It will be a bit of a race for this disc. But Chucky Joseph ending up the one with the man with the grab, and he sends it down. And it has been so long since I've actually been able to use the controller while casting. This is more coordination than I was anticipating. And oh, what a shot there from somebody, and it dings off the post. I'm just gonna go back to sideline cam because yeah, just give me one moment here. With the shot from Mizuchi, of course, in that moment, putting it in for 3 from 17 meters out.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So Galaxy now with the joust advantage. Grief going down to, I believe that is, who is that over there? Cyanide. Cyanide picking that one up. Going back to Grief. Grief going near side wall to Death Creeps. Doesn't connect on the pass. Death Creeps getting stunned out by Dollar. Dollar taking a long shot there, dinging it off the post. Now, nobody able to collect on that one. Cyanide going for the grab, stunned out by Dollar, but then it's picked up by Apollo. Apollo going to move in. Another opportunity on this, but he gets stunned out before he gets that pass off. Picked up again. Picked up now by Cam Jam. Cam Jam sending it back to Dollar for the reset. Dollar looking for Mizuchi on the side wall there. It does connect. Mizuchi across Apollo. Apollo going to Dollar. And another missed pass opportunity. Oh, Dollar going to recollect that disc. Going to go for another opportunity here. Dollar over to Mizuchi. Mizuchi moving in, going cross pass to Cam Jam. Doesn't connect. Dollar picks up the trash. Sends it up on the stunned out goalie. Puts it in for 2.
Get to your launchers. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
So we'll be Galaxy again with Joust advantage. Currently down by 7 with 6.5 to go here. Just taking my Grief, going down to Cyanide on that right frame block there, also known as boot. Cyanide going cross pass here to Death Creeps. Death Creeps going to move through this tunnel here. Look over his options. Is looking at was maybe thinking he was looking at an empty goal. At least I thought for a moment he was looking at an empty goal, but he was not. So Death Creeps going down to the floor to Chucky Joseph. Chucky Joseph going across the Cyanide. Cyanide off the backboard. Mizuchi in goal, not stunned out, so uncharacteristic of him to miss that save. But shot goes in nonetheless, and yeah, good 2 for Cyanide to bring his team within 5, just under 6 to go.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So we'll be Team Cookie with the disc. Mizuchi going to that left side tube to Cam Jam. Cam Jam getting stunned out. Chucky Joseph with the disc, going to move in, look over his options here. Let's have Death Creeps moving in. Death Creeps under pressure. Gets stunned out and taken by Dollar. Dollar going to dump that one in. And we'll have a bit of a race for this here. Chain coming in. Picked up by Grief. Excuse me, Cam Jam. Cam Jam going backwards towards a goal and swinging that one in.
12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7.
Because my chair is not There we go. Got my chair adjusted now. So, will be Galaxy again on the with the Joust advantage to come out here. It's going to be Grief with the disc. Going to that big un block there that I never know the name of. I've heard 20 different names for it. Cyanide VR. Cyanide moving it up to Death Creeps. Death Creeps going for the back pass to Grief. Grief sending it up to that right tube to Chucky. Chucky, oh, and quick steal there. Cam Jam maybe looking at an empty goal. He sends it in, and he does get it there from 33 meters out. What a shot there from Cam Jam. And I do apologize if you were attempting to talk to me through the chat. I do not have an eye on chat at the moment as I am trying to limit my bandwidth usage as much as I can because I fear that will interfere with the cast here. Excuse me. But Grief with the disc going to Cyanide. Cyanide going up to Death Creeps. Death Creeps going to the left side to Chucky Joseph. Chucky sending that one across to the block, and it's going to bounce up. Dollar Ranger is going to pick that one up. Send it in for a Hail Mary. Nothing there, but is picked up very quickly again by Dollar. Dollar receiving his own bounce pass. And it going for a little bit of a whirly twirly. Not connecting on the goal. So Cyanide going to send that one as I completely lose control of my camera. Picked up by Mizuchi. Mizuchi sending that one to Cam Jam. Cam Jam going to move through that right tube. Going to go for that empty net shot, but it's picked up by Cyanide. Cyanide now sending that one out after getting under pressure there. Unfortunate bounce as that one stays in the blue zone here. So Chucky Joseph making an attempt to get to that disc. Not quick enough as Cam Jam comes in behind him and then walks it in with the underhand on the goalie for 2. Now up, Team Cookie up 12-2. Just 3 minutes to go.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
There's Galaxy again with the Joust advantage taken by Grief. Grief sending it up to Cyanide on that right, big in there. Cyanide up to Death Creeps going back to somebody. I just completely lost track of everything there. Cyanide sending that one through the right too, but intercepted now by Cam Jam. Cam Jam moving through, looking at an empty net maybe. Ooh, gets stunned out, tries to go for the boop shot. Doesn't connect on it, but Dollar Ranger is there to collect and put it in for another 2, now up by 14.
12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
There will be Galaxy again with the Joust advantage here coming out. Grief with the disc. Grief going to go another. We're going to see the same rollout again. No, we are not. Very similar rollout. Chucky Joseph gets it stolen by Cam Jam. Cam Jam sending it in deep. But Grief is there to collect on that one. Grief now moving through. Looking over pump fakes. Trying to send that one through. Doesn't get through. And so it's not picked up by Cam Jam. Cam Jam trying to just send that one to that blue bubble. Picked off by... didn't quite catch who that was. But now Chucky going back to... Grief trying to get it up to Death Creeps. Doesn't quite connect on it. Death Creeps now trying to get that one in. But Mizuchi going to steal that one away. Passed up to Dollar. Dollar going to back pass to Cam Jam. Cam Jam sending that one. I believe that's back to Dollar. Dollar's going to move in on the goalie, who was stunned out there by Apollo. And good for 2. Now up by 16 with just a minute to go.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Galaxy again with the Joust advantage. Grief going to that left tube to Cyanide. Cyanide moving in relatively unchallenged. Gets attacked there by Cam Jam. Gets a pass off to Chucky. Chucky going back. Grief is the one who gets it. Oh, but what a save there. I didn't quite catch who that was. On a good clear all the way out.
30 seconds remaining. Get that out of here.
When a big save from Cyanide. Stop that ice. Well, the game's already ice, but to stop that extra goal from going in there. Now picked up by Mizuchi. Mizuchi just going to send that one through. Picked up again by Grief. Grief going to send that one through. And Death Creeps into the hands of Mizuchi. Mizuchi sending it in deep. And yeah, that would be the end of round 1, 18-2 in favor of Team Cookie.
That wraps up the round. Orange has it this time.
And yeah, I have apparently disconnected on the from the tablet, so hopefully this will work. I did get the scoreboards in. Scores in. There we go. Now it's working. Yep, and the scores went ahead and didn't apply, so I'll put those in again and also make sure. Oh, we're gonna have to reset that one. There we go, 18-2, and excuse me for 30 seconds as I'm feeling nauseous.
Round starting in 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Possession moves to Orange Team. Steal. Orange sends it back the other way. Orange throws it way downfield. Get to your launchers.
What a fortunate few bounces there for Cam Jam. He's able to get that one in from 49 meters out, presumably on a clear, as it took a few goofy bounces there. And I was aware I was muted there. I was just taking a moment. I apologize for that. As now Galaxy again with the Joust advantage. It's going to be Grief takes his disc upside down, goes to that left tube to Death Creeps. Death Creeps moving through that left tube, going to the trench area, but doesn't connect with the pass to Chucky. It's intercepted by Apollo, as my UI is now being buggy. It's not Dollar with the disc, it is Grief sending it up to Death Creeps. Death Creeps sending it across to Chucky, and again does not connect on that pass from Death Creeps to Chucky. Now it is sent out, and it will be a bit of a race for this as it bounces around mid. Death Creeps in with the disc, sending that one back to somebody, picked up by Chucky. And yeah, now Grief, and sorry, just give me one moment.
What a pick! Get to your launchers. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So now Galaxy with the Joust advantage. They do come out here. Grief with the disc. Grief sending that one off to the left tube there. To, I believe that was intended for Death Creeps. Doesn't connect on the pass, so stolen by Dollar Ranger, but collected. He loses it. Apollo collects it. He sends it down. Now it will be a race for the disc. Both teams coming out, but it will be Galaxy there first. Taken by Cyanide. Cyanide looking for a right tube clear pass. Picked up by Mizuchi. So Mizuchi now moving in. Going up to the ceiling. Dollar Ranger. Dollar Ranger going to scoot around on the ceiling a little bit. Come in 1-on-3 and put it in for 2.
12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So now will be Galaxy again on the Joust advantage. Grief going down to Cyanide on that right boot. Cyanide, ooh, stolen quickly by Cam. Cam sending it in, but dinging it off the post. And picked up by Cam again, sending it in. It doesn't connect. Now picked up by Dollar. Dollar moving up, off the backboard with all that traffic in front of goal. He's able to sink that one in for 3 to go up now by 11.
12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go.
Now Grief with the disc. Grief sending it up to Cyanide, but doesn't connect on the pass. Will be wrangled by Chucky Joseph. Chucky going across the Death Creeps. Death Creeps moving up through mid. Trying to get it over to Cyanide. Doesn't connect. Cyanide finally able to get it, but stunned out there by, I believe it was Apollo. And a deep shot attempt. Grabbed by Grief. Grief going to send it back through mid. Over to Death Creeps. Death Creeps moving in on the goal, but Mizuchi is there to cover. And that pass attempt is stolen by Cam. He's just going to send that one back out. Now it is Duller with the disc. Duller with Team Cookie here moving in on the bubble again. I've completely lost that disc. There it is. It is not there. Sideline. Cyanide now moving in with a, pulling the stairs. But gets stunned out, and then Apollo trying to get on that. But then Galaxy getting stunned out as well. But it's Apollo now with the disc. Moving in on the bubble, looking over his options, goes for that back pass to Mizuchi. Mizuchi moving in, goes ceiling pass over to Cam Jam, but doesn't quite connect on it.
Possession moves to the blue team.
Now taken by Galaxy. He's going to dump it down on that left tube. Chucky Joseph is able to collect on it, goes for that deep shot, doesn't connect. Grief able to rebound. Still looking at a bit of an open goal, but then Dollar Ranger able to get there quick enough to make the save and send it out. Now still stuck in mid here. This is picked up by Cyanide. Cyanide moving in. Very quick steal from Cam Jam. Cam Jam sending that one all the way down into the blue bubble. We'll see a bit of a race. Whoop. And then picked up. It was Dollar Ranger off the backboard. Doesn't quite connect on it. Cyanide able to send that one out towards mid. Now in that left tube. Collected now again by Chucky Joseph. Chucky moving in. Going for that far side cross pass. Doesn't connect on it. Now will be taken again by Apollo. Going to send it out, but doesn't. But then Cam's going to grab that one up. Send it all the way. Will be another race. Dollar does grab that. Sends it out an empty net. But then grabbed by Death Creeps. Death Creeps going to send that one right down mid. Up into the sky box. Couple stuns go out. Death Creeps comes away with it. So down to Chucky. Chucky now under pressure. Gets a back pass successfully to Death Creeps. Death Creeps trying to roll that one through trench. Doesn't quite. And now it's picked up by Cam Jam. Cam Jam just going to send this one back down into the blue zone. And we're going to have another race for it.
Blue clears it out. Orange picks up the disc. It's headed back downfield. Disc into the hands of blue. Picked off. Disc into the hands of blue. Snatched away.
So a lot of back and forth here between these two teams. The last several minutes of gameplay have been, interceptions, botched clears, missed passes, a lot of steals, a lot of, as I said, interceptions, a lot of good looks, but nobody really getting a good attack on the bubble for a few minutes here. As still a lot of stuns going out between both teams, a lot of turnovers, a lot of back and forth. It's not a lot of scoring for the minutes. So Dollar try to bounce that one towards the goal. Doesn't go probably the path he was intending for it to take. It will be Mizuchi coming in and bouncing it off of the ceiling. And it's now going to be another scramble for the disc. Just under 2 minutes to go. This is probably comfortably in the hands of Team Cookie here. Up by 11. Grief able to bring this one in for 2. As we get our first goal here in just under 5 minutes.
12, 11, 10, 9,
Yeah, 5 minutes since the last Team Cookie goal.
6,
And then it's Grief able to finally put a stop on the... well, of course, the clock doesn't stop, but, you know, able to put that one in. As it is now Team Cookie with the joust advantage, who decide to just headbutt to himself. And then send down for a Hail Mary goal.
intercepted.
But then picked up a Death Creeps, but then Cam Jam able to come in and steal that one off of him before he puts the dunk in
Get to your
for a very quick answer to that 2 from Galaxy.
12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Now with 40 seconds to go, Galaxy down by 11. See if they can at least get another goal on the board here. As that goes, that pass to the right tube goes a little errant. As we get the 30-second warning, and Team Cookie now back in control. And then that one deep, doesn't connect on it. Cam Jam is there. He's going to try to put that one in, and with a little dinger, which we're going to have to go boo with a little ding. Cam goes ahead and puts that one in there.
11, 10,
And that will be the end of
7,
round 2.
5,
15-2 in favor of Team Cookie. Go ahead and plug those scores in here. 15-2.
and that's the round. Orange has
Before
it
we
this
go
time.
to our scoreboard. If they're connected, yes, all right, yeah, we're still communicating. So, before the teams leave, you've got Dollar Range with a game high of 16 points. Cam Jam following up with 14. And then the rest of the points were Mizuchi with 3, Cyanide with 2, Grief with 2. So most of the points in this game coming from Dollar Ranger and Cam Jam. Then 7 saves for Cyanide VR, so quite a few saves there for Cyanide. And there's a lot of steals going around. Cam Jam with 4, as we do lose our stats there. But yeah, quick 2-0 series here for Team Cookie. 18-2 in round 1, 15-2 in round 2. Good experience there for Galaxy in the series. But I'm not going to hold us for too long. That was the game here, so we're going to go ahead and sign off here for VRML 2 for the day. I have been SirDimwi. There is currently another game going on, or just about to finish, over on VRML 1, and there will be one more game starting shortly after that, and then another game later on in the evening, 6:30 Eastern. So yeah, tune in for those over on VRML 1. But for VRML 2, that is us for the day. Thank you very much for joining. I've been SirDimwi with VRML. Have a good day.